been hopeless in the system. They've been absolutely hopeless.
You know, he's playing 3-5-2, it isn't working. Good managers change.
Bringing a manager like that in terms of the system that he played, I don't think ever really suited the club of the traditions of Manchester United.
Have you ever wondered how one of Europe's most exciting young coaches is quietly reshaping modern football?
I know it's really easy. Our goal is to win the Premier League. Maybe it's not with me, but our goal as a club, the board, is winning the Premier League like we did in the past with all the great glories.
Rúben Amorim has built a tactical system that blends relentless energy, positional mastery, and surgical attacking precision.
It's a lack of a manager, so I was expecting that. So it's nothing new, so I get used to that.
Today, we're going deep into the mind of the man who is redefining tactical identity, the architect of Sporting's dominance, and the possible future of Liverpool's football revolution. When people talk about Europe's tactical masterminds, the usual names appear: Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, Carlo Ancelotti, Mikel Arteta. Yet, beneath that elite circle stands a figure rising faster than anyone expected. Rúben Amorim, the Portuguese manager who transformed Sporting CP from a struggling contender into a modern powerhouse. Amorim's system is not just about formations. It is about complete synchronization of thought, timing, and space. His players move as one, defend as one, and strike as one. What he has built at Sporting is so precise that opponents have described it as suffocating. And now, as rumors link him to Liverpool as Klopp's potential successor, the football world is beginning to understand why his ideas are feared across Europe. In this story, we will explore his journey, how his tactical principles evolved, and what makes his new system so devastating. Early life and rise. Rúben Felipe Marques Amorim was born in Lisbon on January 27, 1985. From an early age, he stood out for his discipline and calm intelligence on the pitch. He joined Belenenses and made his professional debut at 18, quickly becoming known for his adaptability and tactical awareness. He could play anywhere across midfield, even in defense, and that flexibility would later define his coaching approach. His performances earned him a move to Benfica, where he won 3 league titles and several domestic trophies. Even as a player, Amorim was fascinated by systems and strategy. Teammates remember him staying late after training, talking with coaches about positioning and movement. That analytical side never left him. When injuries forced him to retire early in 2017, he turned to coaching. He began at Casapia, where he tested the early blueprint of his signature 3-4-3 system built on structure and pressing. His quick rise caught attention, and Braga brought him in to lead their B team before promoting him to the first team months later. At Braga, he announced himself as a tactical visionary. His side defeated Porto and Sporting to win the Taça da Liga in 2020, his first major trophy as a coach. That success made him one of the most sought-after young managers in Europe. Within weeks, Sporting CP paid a record fee of €10 million to bring him to Lisbon, a gamble that would change their history. Breakthrough at Sporting CP. When Rúben Amorim took charge at Sporting CP, the club was broken. They had not won a league title in nearly 2 decades, and belief had faded. Amorim arrived with a clear identity and refused to be intimidated by history. He implemented a system that demanded precision and trust, a back three that stayed compact, wingbacks who operated like playmakers, and midfielders who covered every inch of space. In his first full season, Sporting became unrecognizable. They went 32 league games unbeaten and ended an 18-year wait for the championship. Amorim was just 36 and had turned a struggling team into the best side in Portugal. His system didn't just win games, it built players. Pedro Gonçalves, Nuno Mendes, João Palhinha, and Mateus Nunes all flourished under his management, evolving into some of Europe's most coveted talents. Sporting also added the Taça da Liga and consistent Champions League football to their record, establishing themselves as one of the most tactically disciplined teams in Europe. That dominance came not from possession for its own sake, but from efficiency. Every pass had purpose. Every press had a trigger. Amorim Sporting played football that felt mathematical and emotional at once. The new game plan explained. Amorim's modern system has evolved far beyond his original 3-4-3. The new version, refined during the 2024 to 2025 campaign, is a fluid 3-2-5 structure built on adaptability and speed. Its goal is total control, to dominate territory, compress the pitch, and punish opponents who hesitate even for a second. He has introduced a vertical style that prioritizes fast progression and aggressive pressing. Instead of playing through the midfield at all costs, his defenders and goalkeeper now use direct forward passes to bypass the first press. Once the ball reaches the attackers, the entire team moves together, closing the space around the ball until the opponent suffocates. It looks chaotic, but it's deliberate. Every player knows the geometry of the setup. The first long ball triggers synchronized movement from midfield and wing-back positions. Within seconds, 8 players collapse around the ball, reclaiming possession high up the pitch and launching quick diagonal attacks. The defensive line stays dangerously high, with the goalkeeper acting as a sweeper. This forces the opposition to play faster than they want to and makes even simple clearances risky. The result is a style that's relentless, efficient, and brutally effective. Tactical reinvention and key features. Amorim's football rests on 4 core principles. First is compressed verticality. His teams attack in waves that move together. Passing sequences are short, often lasting fewer than 10 seconds, and every few passes must break a line. Second is defensive synchronization. The back 3 and midfield 2 operate on angles rather than zones. They step together, squeeze space, and force the opponent to play where Amorim wants them to. Third is tempo control. His sides know when to slow the game down and when to accelerate. The aim is not just to win the ball, but to dominate rhythm. That control makes opponents panic because they can't predict when the storm will come. Finally, flexibility. Amorim trains his players to think like managers on the pitch. They adapt shapes mid-game, sometimes 3-4-3, other times 4-2-3-1, depending on pressure. This self-management turns Sporting into a living, thinking organism that constantly evolves. Every player knows their value, and every movement is connected. It's not rigid. It's a controlled ecosystem where chaos is organized. Why it terrifies opponents. Teams facing Amorim Sporting describe the experience as exhausting. The pressing never stops. The spacing between players is so compact that there are rarely any open passing options. Defenders who try to play long balls are immediately punished because Sporting's back 3 anticipates aerial duels. Midfielders who try to dribble through get surrounded by traps. Wingers who drift inside find themselves facing double coverage. Amorim's biggest tactical weapon is unpredictability. Unlike managers who stick to fixed patterns, he adjusts his structure mid-match. Against low-block teams, Sporting builds with a 3-2-5. Against pressing teams, they switch to a 4-2-3-1 in possession, pulling the opponent out of shape. Opponents never know which version of Sporting they will face, and that uncertainty breaks their rhythm. This psychological control over the opponent is what makes Amorim's gameplay so terrifying. The impact on Portuguese football. Rúben Amorim's arrival transformed not only Sporting CP, but also Portuguese football. His ideas revived the league's global respect and inspired a new generation of tactically minded coaches. Clubs began adopting his focus on compact spacing, high pressing, and youth-driven squads. He also redefined what leadership looks like in the modern game. Players describe him as direct but deeply respected, a manager who listens as much as he instructs. He values unity, humility, and commitment. At Sporting, that culture created one of Europe's youngest title-winning sides without relying on star power. His legacy is already visible. Sporting's style is now studied in coaching courses, and his name sits beside the likes of Guardiola and Nagelsmann in tactical discussions. Beyond systems and formations, Amorim's success is rooted in identity. He proved that structure and spirit can coexist, and that a team built on intelligence can thrive against the richest clubs in Europe. The case for recognition. Rúben Amorim's man management is built on trust and communication. Every player knows their role, but also their importance within the system. Under Amorim, Sporting CP has not only won trophies, but also redefined identity. They are a team that believes in process over panic, structure over improvisation. And now, his methods are inspiring a new generation of coaches worldwide. Football history often celebrates managers after their legacy is complete. Amorim's greatness, however, is unfolding right now. The respect he deserves is not in the future, it is already earned. So next time you watch Sporting CP dominate a match or hear Amorim's name linked to Europe's top jobs, remember what his football represents. It is not just about formations or tactics, it is about intelligence, precision, and fearlessness. Rúben Amorim's new game plan has changed the way teams think about control, space, and pressure. It has forced Europe's biggest clubs to evolve, and whether he stays at Sporting or takes the next step to Liverpool, one thing is certain: his football is the future. He has built a system that terrifies opponents, inspires analysts, and captivates fans. The rest of Europe is starting to understand what Portuguese fans already know. Amorim's football is not a trend. It is a new era. If you think Rúben Amorim's tactical evolution deserves more recognition, hit that like button and share this video. Comment below what part of his system impresses you the most. Do you think he should replace Klopp at Liverpool or continue building his legacy at Sporting? Let us know your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep football stories that uncover the minds shaping the game's future. Thanks for watching.